Hello you lovely people, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name's Kirsten, this is where I art and craft. And I'm so delighted you've joined me today because I think this is going to be a fun one. I'm also so delighted you've joined me today because it means you've stuck with me. Thank you to all my lovely new subscribers. It's lovely to have you with me, and I hope you will continue to find things here that you enjoy and inspire you, or just make you happy, or just make you go, what is she doing this time? This time, Naughty Clarence, day 2 for me for Naughty Clarence. And this time I want to kind of pay homage to Clarence's ingenuity and being a trickster. I'm going to use these 2 tags, which I've shrunk down, and I adore the expressions on the face of these 2. This is not really being naughty, which I think is very apt for Clarence, and this one is, what you looking at? I'm behaving. So we're going to use these 2 tags, and I'm going to make a holder for them, but it's a holder with a difference. And I want to start by making some ribbon. I've got loads of ribbon. I've got loads of ribbon, but I decided I wanted to make some ribbon. And this is tea bags, and I drink turmeric and ginger tea, so they have this kind of slightly yellowy hue to them, but I'm going to stamp on them with this stamp from All and Create, and then I'm going to cut these into ribbons, and I'm going to use rhubarb stock because I think, oh yes, excellent. I'm just going to do this other one because I might like the fact this one's got more creases in it. And that's got more creases in it because somebody, husband, squeezed the bag before I later, because he doesn't empty the bags. But when, right, we have this wee theory, not theory, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, it's what we do. And if he takes the empty, because I keep the tea bag in my cup when I'm drinking it because it just keeps on seeping out some gingery goodness. And if he takes the cup back into the kitchen, he squeezes out the tea bag and leaves it for me then to unpick it all and empty the tea, the stuff that's in the bag. If I take it back into the kitchen, I empty it out then and there. So the bags that have that kind of creasing on it are the ones he's squeezed out, and you can see how it's interesting how the yellow becomes a bit more obvious. That's the turmeric in the tea, because he squeezes it. I have some of them though that if I have been bad and brought a cup of tea up here and forgotten to take it back downstairs, so they've been sitting in the water for ages, the whole tea bag then goes yellow, and they're really cool ones. Right, let's put that out the way. We'll put it away in a second. I really like these. These are fabulous. This is it just looks so different on this. This is exactly the kind of thing I was looking for my ribbon. A nice piece to play with. Now let's turn it round the other way. And I probably want a centimetre, don't I? I don't want it wide, so I think if we do it the width of the bit of cutting mat, the metal bit that's up against the, I don't know whether this is going to slip out, that's the, do it nice and slowly, Kirsten. There we go, I've got a bit, but is it too wide? I can't get it, it's stuck underneath with static. There we go. Is that going to be too wide? I think it probably is. I think that's probably too wide. I probably want it half that, and I'm not sure if I can cut half that, but let's see. Let's see, let's do to the edge of those screws. Do with it being even narrower, but that's better than that one. I need 8 bits. So let's try and take it to the middle of the screw now. Oh, that's worked. Right, so let's do 8 bits to the middle of the screw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder if I can cut this one in half. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got these bits to do something else with. Four bits and 4 bits. I only need 4 bits at a time. I'm going to do one of these with you. I haven't told you the sizes. Let me tell you the sizes. Right. I've printed the tags out so they come out at 3.5, which is 8.5 centimeters, by 1 5/8, which is 4.25 centimeters. So that's the size I've printed my tags. So these are 1 centimeter bigger all the way round, or 1/2 inch bigger all the way round. If you print these out normal size, the size that they're actually given, I suggest that you would do your border round here, this being bigger, by 2 centimeters or a full inch all the way around. 3/4 of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch, depending how you feel about it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use centimeters just because I can see clearer on this ruler without getting my head in the way. And I'm just going to mark 1 centimeter with 1 centimeter up and down on both, and I'm just marking it very lightly. I don't think you're going to be able to see that anyway, so I'm just going to use my other pen. This is actually now you'll be able to see. This is actually a pen that is used in dressmaking, and it gradually fades. 8.5. That's 8.5. It gradually fades. You can see that one's almost gone already, and that makes it really good for this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this so that that centimeter mark is kind of roughly in the center of that, and I'm going to turn that over and glue that down. Then I can still see these even though they might be starting to disappear for you. I'm going to do the same down the bottom here. I'm going to lay it roughly over the midway of that mark and just glue it on the back here. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue it also on the back of this one. The first thing I want to do is just shorten that because it's too long. So let's just cut a bit off. that bit's worth keeping, that bit probably isn't, because if I kept it all I would end up with masses of the stuff. So I want to keep it. The way I tend to do this is make sure that's pressed down nicely, make sure it's nice and square on the top, and then bring it over. That's still a bit long, it doesn't need to be quite as long as that, but there we go. So you've now got those two attached, and it goes along at 1 centimetre. Then you're going to keep this one shut for a moment, and what you're going to do is, again, this time, instead of measuring, well, you want to again measure down your half, your inch, or your centimetre or your ½ inch from either end if you're doing a small version. And you've already got an idea of where it is on the other side because you've got your ribbon already over. And this time what you're going to do is you're going to take so that your ribbon touches the top and comes out underneath that mark. So like that. So it touches the top, comes out just underneath that mark, so that it's roughly where the edge of this is. So I'm just going to put some glue on there. And lay that on. And I've overhung it just because it makes it easier to glue it down if I stretch it the other way. And now I'll just fold that back so that it's not right up at the edge, because I don't want it right up at the edge, and cut that off. Oh, I made a mess of cutting that off. You don't really want this overhanging the edge because it will create bulk and it will be seen. Let's just cut that off. I'm using the wrong scissors, that's why. I found this pair of scissors and I meant to take them down to the kitchen, and they're lying on my desk instead. And then you're going to do the same at the bottom. So I'm just going to put a line that takes from here, cuts off that corner, and that's the middle. The glue's in the middle of what I'm doing with this, so that's why it looks like it's maybe too wide, but it's because it's in the middle. Let's put that down. Let's use the right scissors, Kirsten. There we go. Gluey ones, and they'll get down closer as well. So on the back of the one that you connected on the back, you've now got that, and you've got a cross that shows there. But when we open this up, take the first one first. Oops. That this is going to then fold that over and fold that over, and this is going to then cross. And then what you want to do is you want to feed that through. I find the easiest thing to do is to fold that back and then do that, and then you're going this way and you're feeding that through, but you want to feed it through inside these two, top and bottom. That hasn't quite, oh right, okay, there we go. Just make sure that your cross is in the right place before you fold this over. There we go. As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. You can, if you want, put a dot in the center. Let me explain that. Put a dot in the center there and just make sure it's covered if you really want it to be very accurate. It might drive you a bit demented trying to get it very accurate. So I take a deep breath and just go for it. However, I do feel that one's maybe a bit too low because it's got a lot left over there. There we go. That one needs to be up a bit more, and then fold that over. The reason why I like using tea bags for this is because it will fold over and stay in place better than ribbon. Ribbon tends to want to fly back open. Let's put that down there and push that over there. Again, we'll just trim that bit off. Oh. I'm hoping this is making sense as I'm doing it. I have to keep making sure it's not stuck to the right, and then we're going to put this one over there. So this has they will both have a tab and a kind of across the corner. You might recognise now what I've done. You'll recognise it even more when I put a tag in. So I'm going to put that tag, I'm just going to slide that down there. And then if I shut it and open it this way, it's now on that page. So this is why you want to measure, so your tag's held there. It's, you know, holding it in the cross is a lot easier than holding it in that bit. Okay, so I'm going to make another one of those, and I'll run it through you again, and if you want to skip past me doing it again, then feel free to do so, but just in case you are not sure yet quite what I'm doing, so I'm taking one of the pieces and measuring 1 centimetre, half an inch in. If you've got full size tags, then you want to use 1 inch, or what have I done with the other two? Oh, they're here. They're here. You want to use 1 inch or 2 centimetres, 2.5 centimetres, 2 centimetres if you're using the bigger ones. So slide that down on there and fold that over. It's about making sure you bring it over the other side as well, straight, before you fold. Glue that down. Then get another one, put that one down the bottom. You could have just marked the back actually, I suppose. You don't need to mark the front at all. Then let's just trim these. And making sure these are nice and taut. Just put this on top of that one, lining it all up, and fold these over here. Then we'll glue them down. The other advantage to using tea bags are that they're nice and thin, so you're not going to get loads of bulk. Right, so you've got that. Then this one, what we need to do is we need to put our 2 wee marks again. You will find below the links to Clarence's story and Tracie's kit if you haven't yet got it and you haven't listened to Clarence's story. I'm trying not to do any spoilers, but because the makes I make are connected to the story, it's hard, so I'm sorry if you end up feeling that I've let out the secret of the story, because I don't mean to. Just put this one here. Right, and then let's just make sure these are, and you want it to come underneath there like that, and cross this one over. Well, that's a nice cross. Right, let's just tuck them through. Put this one on top. Just check, see what that looks like. That's in the right kind of place. So let's put that over the top of there. This is probably the most important bit, is making sure your bits are on top of each other, because if these are out, then the whole mechanism thing will be out in effect. Put that up there, put that up there. Just cut that off. And cut this off. Oops, there we go. Now if we put that in there. There we go. Now I did try and do a 3-1, but the middle one then needs to be both a back and a front, and I just couldn't get it to work. So I gave up and thought, let's just do it this way and do a 2-1. Because what this one then went on that one, but I wanted that one to then be the other side of that one, and it was befuddling me too much, so I decided to do it this way instead, because I wanted to use 2 tags. So the next thing I want to do is I want to stick this one and this one together. So that goes, all right, that goes that way, and that one goes that way, and then that one goes that way, and that one goes that way. And I think, I'm just trying to think, I think what I want to do is I want to ink round this edge before I put on the cover. And these are going to be my covers. I really do need to order some more. I don't have any more of those pads. I need to order some more so that I can put these in. These are my covers, and I need to decide which bit to use. I think I want to use that house and this one, and then probably the one with the tree. Right, so let's start by cutting this down. And look, those 2 bits actually are going to make sweet little bookmarks or tags or something, so I'll keep those bits. Let's ink this up. Now, which doesn't really matter at this stage which one I put where. okay. That's okay. Let's just burnish that one down a wee bit. So, boom, 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 boom. There we go. Just put this in this greaseproof paper and give it a bit of a press underneath my mat. Right, I was originally going to use the ribbon, remember? And then I said, oh no, and that's because I thought, well, I could use these as my little tags, and I don't want big tags because I don't really want them hanging out, but actually these as just little tags could be quite cute, couldn't they? I think I'd rather use the ones that are slightly longer, do them in half, cut them in half, and maybe just that. But what I'm going to try and do without getting in an almighty mess is I'm going to try and ink them. Let's use a bit of, I'll have a bit of red still on this, and this is probably the best way to try and ink them. It's just okay. So I want to fold them in a kind of V like that, and then I think I'm just going to stick them on the front actually, because I think the front will be cute for them. So that might be enough glue to go through both layers. It might not. It was enough because it's got glue in my finger now. I need to get that off before I put down the other one so it doesn't stick. So just kind of fold it over a wee, stick it a wee. Oop, I should have made sure that was more central. Never mind. It's okay. Right, let's let those dry and we'll take these back out. I know they've not had long, but hopefully that's enough just to kind of press them nicely down together. Using, I just feel, I was trying to decide which would be the front cover. I think that's more, I think this is the front, if there is a front and a back. And I just thought I might put this one of these naughty Clarences, because I've not used these book plates at all. I think I'm going to use this one actually. And I think I want to just do something more with that. Oh, now there's a thought. This is the Haute Red, Haute as in Haute Couture Red. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to just spread it across like that. And then I'm going to use it as a glue to stick this in here. Having that sweet, now I'm going to have to obviously stick some more underneath there once it's dried. Put actual glue, but I don't want to do that until it has dried, because if I try and do that while it's still, it's just I wanted to have that all coming up round the side there, which is why I've done it that way. I think I'm going to have to put a knob of glue underneath it to stop it curling maybe. Let's just put a little, no, I think it'll be okay. What I'll do is I'm going to put that on it. I'll put this on it just to weigh it down in that corner I could put it all the way across there, couldn't I? Let's get a little bit of this. I'm just aware there's a little bit coming out there and I don't want that on the bottom of this, but we could put that on there like that. And so I need to leave that now to set, and then I'll come back. When that's dried and set, I'll come back and we'll finish it up. I need to ink around the whole thing as well, put the tags in, and I'll show you how it all works in the end. Do I want to do anything to that back page while I'm... Do you know what? Let's just do something on the back as well while I'm here. Let's just get we've got the glacial paste out, so let's just get the white out. Going to leave that alone. Go and wash these, and I'll be back once that's all dried. So here's the finished one. Naughty Clarence, and he's there, but he's behind the cross. And if we turn it over the back, I've added a pocket and put one of those other 4 tags in there. Oh, I should have put the glacial paste on those snowflakes. I didn't. That was silly of me. And there's Naughty Clarence in his barrel and behind the cross. So a fun little make. I hope you enjoyed that and you might give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with Naughty Clarence tomorrow. But until then, you take care. Keep crafting. Bye for now.